Good afternoon, it's Lindsay. It's Thursday, November 17th, 2022. And I'm going to talk today about some of my smear campaign harassment slash gang stalking that's going on ever since I got out of a toxic relationship with a man who I've talked about before, who I believe was utilizing me, trying to utilize me for a green card marriage. This person is harassing me and doing a smear campaign on me, using people at the Gold's Gym because this person knows that I go there, and it's pretty obvious that he's doing this or he's involved with it. This man, I had allowed him to live with me in this house for 4 months. He lived here, and I asked him to leave a couple months ago, and so that created a lot of problems, a big argument, etc. And so, anyway, these people, when you're dealing with someone who, once again, is a control freak slash narcissist, which this person is, because narcissistic people have major control issues. They want to harass you, and they try to drag things out, and they want to try to shame and punish and humiliate a person publicly. Okay, it's not the first time I have gone through a smear campaign, but it's the first time in a long time that I have dealt with a smear campaign of which the person was a citizen of another country. That is to say, wasn't whatever, not a natural U.S. citizen. So now this person's angry. What narcissistic individuals, they tend to think that if they can't have you, or if they can't be with you or control you, then you don't deserve to be with anybody, or this, that, and the other. And they try to rub and shame you, rub things in your face and shame you for everything about you. Like with this person, he keeps on harassing me about my finances and about the fact that I don't work full time and this, that, and the other. Telling me, well, I deleted some of the harassing messages that he just sent me on the fucking WhatsApp. But and the relationship is over. Like, we broke up. So but he still, in his petty mind, seems to think that he owns me, like I'm an object for him. Okay. It's obvious that relationship is over. At least for me, it totally is. I have no desire to get back with somebody who treated me so disrespectfully and who was a liar, okay, basically a fraud. But let me give you an example, because I thought I had blocked him on my phone, but apparently not. And this is a message that he sent me. This is what I got. This is a message that he sent me on my phone, okay? Listen, this is what they do. They project. They project. Whatever might be going on with them in their personal life or whatever, they have to make sure that instead of dealing with it themselves, they want to try to find somebody who they can punish because they're too much of a coward to face the facts of whatever is going on. So they get angry and they project stuff onto whoever they feel deserves their hatred. And mind you, I never communicate with this guy first. All the time, it's always him trying to communicate with me. Ever since he went back to Mexico, I never bothered once to get back in contact with him. He would be the one to initiate all interactions with me, okay? But they do this because, like I said, they don't accept that something is over with. They can't because like I said, they think that they can control you. They want to be in control of every situation, and they continue to treat you like you're an object and that you're under their control, even though they're living in a different country or whatever. Look, I was not married to this man. I did not share a bank account with this guy. I don't have kids with this man, thank God. Whatever. So there's really no reason why he should be interfering with my financial situation or my personal life anymore when it's really none of his fucking business. But this is what he said. He's harassing me about saying that, do I really think it's smart to be on a dating site considering that I am 47 years old and I live in my mother's house? Okay. That's what he's saying to me because but this is what he says. Let me read the whole message. This is a text message that he sent me. So you can see that I'm not making this up. This really is and I'm just gonna. This is fucking crazy. But I have to talk about this because this person is part of my gang stalking program. Indeed, definitely is part of it. And I knew that. I got the feeling that when he was living with me, that he was involved with my harassment and whatnot. And sure enough, he is. Without a doubt, I'm convinced that this man is completely 100% not who he says he is. Whoever he is working for in Mexico, I don't know and I don't really care, but I feel sometimes like it's creepy. It's scary. Because whenever you're going through something like this and you're a female and nobody believes you, you don't have any family living nearby who can help you, you can't really call the fucking police because you can't trust them. So what do I'm basically being harassed is what I'm being harassed by this person. But this is what he says. I'm really sorry. I still feel life quite difficult without you, Lindsay. I still experiment all stalking, and I find so hard to believe you don't care and you prefer to find somebody else in a dating app or somebody from your past. Okay, whatever. I'm not searching for anybody from my past, and I'm not, just because I'm on a dating site, not a dating app, by the way, that's none of your fucking business, because God only knows what you've done and what you were doing in my house, or this house. Okay, so who the hell are you to tell me what I can or cannot do, sir? You don't live with me, you're not my fucking husband, and you're not my boyfriend. So I find it hard to believe you don't care and you prefer to find somebody else in a dating app or somebody from your past. I cried for Nimrod, which was my cat, that he hated, actually, because the cat was a stray cat. He hated my cat. I cried for Nimrod because I felt it was my own life dying if you decide to do the same to me. I feel forced to this horrible situation in which I'm supposed to survive alone. I'm afraid. I'm sorry. Don't even confident anymore. He obviously, his English is not his first language, so he has a lot of things that don't really fucking make a lot of sense when he's talking or writing. At least let me be part of the targeted individual's conversation. What is that supposed to mean? Okay, at least let me be part of the targeted individual's conversation. You are part, I don't even have that bit tube you used to watch. I don't know what he's talking about, what the fuck that's supposed to mean, but anyway, I used to have a different YouTube channel, which he was apparently obsessed with me, and that's how this guy contacted me in the first place, because he reached out to me claiming that he was a targeted individual living in Mexico and that no. Well, I have my doubts and suspicions about who this man really is and who he really works for. You are part I don't even have that bit tube you used to watch. I feel so bad for this that I feel like a dependency and increasingly mess up communication. Yes, I felt jealous, and yes, I'm afraid I can lose you. You already fucking lost me. What are you talking about? Yeah, hello. In so many ways, I always knew both had problems, and this was not supposed to be easy. And then he sends me, and this was on my regular text messaging, and then he sent me the same thing on WhatsApp with some stupid video of a man pointing his finger saying not so smart or some shit like that about me, calling me stupid. They always like to make you feel, okay, listen up, ladies, or people who are involved in this kind of situationship or abusive type relationship or transaction, whatever. they're always gonna, if something ends in a way that they don't like, and it doesn't end on amicable terms, or you broke up with them or discarded them, whatever the hell had to happen in these types of relationships, they're never, most of the time, they can't accept the word no, and they can't accept that something is over. If, like I said, they have to try to drag it on and fight, because they have to prove themselves. They have to always feel like they're correct. They can't accept that they have any faults. They can't accept that maybe they did something wrong, because no, I'm perfect. Everything is, that's not me. I could never do anything like that. I'm so perfect. They never seem to accept that maybe they fucked up in any kind of way or apologize for anything that they did. Instead, they blame you for everything. Okay? Everything is your fault. It's my fault that I am interested in the occult. Therefore I'm evil. It's my fault that I like candles and skulls. Therefore I'm evil, or this, or whatever fucking dumb concept these people come up with in their petty minds. They're going to abuse you with it psychologically or emotionally. They're going to try to abuse you with that shit because they are so insecure and in denial themselves. And that's a fact. When you're dealing with these types of individuals, there's no compromise. They absolutely have to make you feel like you're wrong and that you are stupid, that you're a failure, that you can't be with anybody else if it's not them, that you're not going anywhere in life, etc., etc., and on and on and on. Okay, number one, excuse me, sir, I've been going to the fucking gym in Gold's Gym long before I ever knew your ass, long before you ever fucking contacted me on my YouTube channel. And by the way, it's like that was a plan. That whole interaction with this guy from Mexico, Guadalajara, I can assure you, was totally planned out because he's working for the fucking government or the corporations that they basically contract out. The corporations are in charge of the gang stalking, and they contract government people out to fucking harass and stalk people, which is what they did to me at Gold's Gym for a long, long time. And yes, they're still doing it. That they basically, it's called gang stalking. It's called organized sponsored stalking. It's done by the government. It's done by corporations. It's done by the Department of Justice, the DOD, fusion centers, the police, the sheriffs. They get all these people involved to harass an individual who they feel is quote unquote out of line, or who is not a conformist like they want you to be. Okay, that's what they do. And especially if you're a targeted individual who got out of a relationship or whatever, they're going to do it even more, because these people feel that it's their right and their God-given duty to harass and stalk individuals who they don't like for whatever reason. Okay, that's what they do. I should know, as I've been through this many a time, especially when a relationship ends. This is a typical shit. It's called a smear campaign, and this is very typical of what these individuals are going to do to harass and try to intimidate and bully their victim. And it is intertwined with gang stalking and narcissistic abuse. It's all connected, because when these people are contracted out by the government to do this to somebody, you can count on it being something that's perpetrated by a malignant narcissist. For sure. And I think I should know by now. After years of researching this and years of going through it myself, I think I know what I'm talking about. What I feel I have the credibility to speak on this topic. It's actually quite amusing sometimes to see the extent to which some of these people go to try to harass somebody. They're delusional. These people are delusional. They are out of line, and clearly they know that they're doing something wrong, but they project everything that they're doing onto you, okay? And this is a fact. It's a fact. Now, Gang stalking, like I said, it's something that it's called stalking by proxy. It's called ambient abuse by proxy. Whatever terminology you want to use to try to describe this thing, it is real. It does exist. I don't really care. People can call me delusional, call me schizophrenic. I don't care what you think about me because I know that this stuff is real. Especially in a place like San Antonio where there is a lot of military activity. It's something that happens to people, and especially people who used to work for the government, or especially people who are politically quote unquote incorrect or outspoken, dissidents, whatever. It's very real. It's very prevalent, and it's something that happens. It's happening to me, and quite frankly, I don't care that I'm not a popular person. I don't care that I can't make everybody happy. So it's not my job. I'm doing the best I can do, living one day at a time, and basically trying to live my life. But no. They want to come in, cause destruction, and put you in your place because that's what they think they're doing. So yeah, it's really stupid what they do. They force you to talk. They do this to get attention. They're doing this. He's doing this because he wants me to. He's manipulating me to make a video about it so that I talk about it and so that he can have another excuse to try to fucking harass me or stalk me or get people to bother me in the community. Now, he doesn't even live in this state of Texas anymore. Thank God he's not living in my house because this person is not somebody who I can trust. And he's certainly not somebody who I would ever really confide in because he just simply is somebody who wants control and wants control over my life. For whatever reason, he wants to control my life and probably my assets, of which I don't have control over myself completely. But there's usually a financial motive behind it whenever they are from a different country. Especially when they pressure you into marrying them. It's common sense that a lot of these people obviously want something. I wonder what that could possibly be. Maybe a green card marriage. I don't know, but they know what they're doing. They have it all basically down to a T as far as like how they victimize people and find their targets. And honestly, I'm not going to ever go back to that kind of abusive situation. If somebody is disrespecting my space, disrespecting me as an individual, my beliefs, everything about me, then why would I want them to be part of my life, especially my intimate life? Why would I want that? I have to ask myself that because I don't want to make the mistake of going back to somebody who's abusing me. And that goes for anybody in my past. There's several of these men who were nothing but mean and abusive as far as like just using me for whatever reason they wanted to use me for, which usually is something sexual. Okay? They do try to come back. They try to hoover you, and they want to try to control you with sex. Most targeted women, the truth of the matter is that most of the time when you're being harassed by men or men from your past, or if they're contacting you again, doing a hoover, it's because they want to try to get back into your life to try to control you. And they usually try to use intimacy to do that, to gain control over your emotions and whatnot. They try to use intimacy to do that to targeted people because they know that you might be alone. They know that you might be vulnerable or whatever. And so they will try to use that to get back into your life. But the best thing is to say no. To say no. I for one don't want to go back to somebody I've already been with intimately after it went bad the first time. It's probably going to go bad again the second time, or you know what I mean? The only reason they're coming back into your life again if you've already been with that person is because something is going wrong with the person who they're with right now. Anytime somebody from your past, intimate partner, ex-boyfriend, ex-husband tries to come back, well, it's common sense that they want to come back because things aren't going so well with them in their life right now. They want you again, but it's not going to be any better. It's not going to be any better. It's only going to repeat the same thing that happened last time with them, probably even worse. Because if they mistreated you the first go around and disrespected you sexually or whatever way, if they were doing that, they're going to do it again. Why wouldn't they? They're gonna see you as being nothing but an object for them to manipulate and to control. This is not something that's pleasant to discuss by any means, but I'm talking the honest to God truth about what's happened to me and what can happen to people. Narcissistic individuals, people with these traits, they keep a harem garage of all their exes, of all the people in their past, and they just rotate. They rotate around thinking that, well, we broke up 5 months ago, but, I guess I can go back to that person now that I'm not seeing so-and-so or whatever. They just think it's okay to just kind of jump back and forth, even though something ended. They think they just want to pick up exactly where things left off, thinking that it's okay and that everything's fine. Well, no, it's not. It's not okay to do that. It's not okay to just weasel your way back into someone's life and act like things are great. Why shouldn't we be, you know what I mean? If that makes any sense. But I've been targeted now for a long time. And the majority of my targeting usually involves something that has to do with my my personal life, my intimate life, or something along those lines. They always use your past. They always use your intimate life or whatever, lack thereof, to try to shame you, embarrass you, publicly shame you, whatever. This is what they do. I'm a strong person. I might not look it, but I am. I have emotion. I'm very emotional at times, but deep down, I'm also very strong and strong-willed. And I try not to let these people break me down more than they already have tried to do, because they try to cause irreversible damage to the victim. That's what these psychopathic people try to do. And that's pretty much what their agenda is to try to break you down psychologically and fragment you to the point that you are left with nothing. You're left homeless, dead. You're left without any family support, any friends, anything. That's the goal of these people, is to have you institutionalized, incarcerated, or on the streets. And I assure you that that's a goal of these gang stalking individuals who are being sent out by the perpetrators to do this to somebody. Now look, with gang stalking, this is something that that you as a targeted, if you're an actual targeted individual and you know you are, and you're not a fake targeted individual, you're going to have a very, very, very difficult time trying to explain this type of phenomena to people who are oblivious to it, because they are not, most likely, they're not going to believe you, and they're not going to comprehend what the fuck you're talking about, because they don't want to believe that this kind of thing actually exists here in the United States. My mother is calling me. Hello? Hello? Hi. Yeah, I called you because I was trying to find out about, you said you were going to maybe try to send these yard people over here at some point.
Oh, yeah, I'm just now waiting. I just got to the airport.
Oh.
have to tell you, I banged my head a couple of weeks ago, and I had vertigo so badly I could hardly even stand up. But anyway,
I'm sorry. How'd you do that?
I went to somebody's house for dinner, and they had to do a step down in order to get into the kitchen and dining room.
Yeah.
Looking at my feet, didn't trip on the stairs, and she's got some silly arch.
Oh my God.
Her house is like Alice in Wonderland. So there's all this carved stuff everywhere, like where you least expect it. And as short as I am, I banged into it when I was trying to pass through.
Oh my God.
I mean,
are you okay? Are you all right though? I mean, did you go to the hospital?
It's the same thing that happened. Not the same. The bowling alley trip was the worst, but
you need to be careful. You really need to.
Later, I get vertigo. It's not the bang; it's the result of the bang, and it takes a while. So now my inner ear's all messed up, and I'm just dizzy. I feel like I'm.
But did you get a concussion, or did you go see a doc? Huh?
Made me go to the doctor. He doesn't know anything.
I'm sorry. Are you okay? I mean, I'm sorry. Shit, that's not good.
Wow. I can't talk.
I'm sorry. Be careful. Would you be careful, please, about?
I just have to be real quiet.
Would you be more careful?
I'm not going to do it now, so I'm at the airport. I'll do it tomorrow, okay?
That's fine, but just be careful. Why don't you try to just be careful, please?
Well, when you least expect it.
Well, yeah, I fell off the treadmill the other day. I fucking fell off I had an accident on the treadmill.
Were you going too fast?
No, I wasn't. My stupid shoe came untied, and I was tripped over my shoelace and flipped off the back of the treadmill.
Oh my God.
I didn't, yeah.
Did you hit your head?
No, thank God. I saved my fall. I just scraped my arm up a little bit, but thank God I didn't. No.
Good God.
Yeah.
Well, gotta be careful.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to remind you about that.
Well, thank you for reminding me. I haven't forgotten.
Okay.
I was trying to get so much done because I'm not going to be back for a couple of weeks. It's just, unpacked, just trying to get things kind of done.
Yeah. All right. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Otherwise.
I'm doing pretty well. I'm doing all right.
Is Aldo still calling you?
He keeps on sending, he'll send me these stupid long messages. I tried to block him and I thought I had him blocked, but and then I've unblocked him a few times, but he keeps on, he's going on a lot of rants and
well, he sent me about 6
What?
WhatsApp texts in a row. I can tell he was just spinning out of control.
What did he say? What did he say?
Same old thing. I miss your daughter, and her love was so special. And
oh my God!
I need your help. And
are you serious?
Yeah, I just didn't answer that.
I don't know what to think. I don't know what to think about this guy. Sometimes it's very confusing.
No, it's not confusing. He's crazy. It's not confusing.
Yeah.
He's completely desperate.
I guess so.
Probably borderline or bipolar.
I think he's got some I think he's got schizophrenia, some kind of schizophrenia for sure. Something. But he's very controlling. He keeps on calling me like that I have no right to be trying to date anybody because I live in my mother's house and I'm 47 years old and I don't have a job. And I do, he's trying to make me feel really bad about my situation.
Tell him to go fuck off.
I did. And I do work part-time, and I'm doing the best I can. I don't know what he's talking about.
You don't owe him.
No, he acts like I owe him something, like he's entitled to my happiness. And I'm feeling good. I've been feeling great lately.
Well, you just don't talk to him, honey. I think he's too crazy.
He's weird.
Not even weird. He's just plain crazy.
I think you're right. I really think he is.
No, really, he is.
Yeah. Well, just don't answer his text messages.
I didn't. I just ignored it.
Okay.
I'm not stupid.
I know you're not. I know that. Okay.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to
No, I know. Don't provoke him because there's only God only what knows what he's trying to do. I don't know what.
He sounds just desperate.
I know, and he's got a job, and it's like he's got his house, he's got a job, he has a car, he has his. I don't know what he's so why he's so wanting. It's like he keeps on telling. It's really weird.
Keeps on telling you what.
Like that he wants to be with me, or that one day he'll say he really loves me, he misses me, and the next day he's criticizing me, calling me evil, and all this kind of stuff, and just weird stuff that he's just coming up with all this nonsense, and I don't even respond to half of it because I don't know what to say. It's like, what are you supposed to say to that except ignore it?
I think you just say, I'm not going to have these conversations.
It's actually it's very abusive.
It's crazy every single time or every other time that it's crazy.
It's very verbally. He's very emotionally abusive.
Isn't that what the therapist said?
Yes, she did. Yes. Yes.
The whole setup is that he's desperate. He wants something from you, and he's crazy. So he's desperate. He's codependent.
Yeah.
He's lost.
I know he's lost or something. It's like I don't know. There's something wrong with going on in his. There's a lot of things that I can speculate about what happened to him or what's going on, but he's acting. He's blaming me. It's like he's blaming me for everything that's ever happened to him, and like it's my fault. It's my fault that he doesn't make enough money. It's my fault that this, that. It's like he never takes a look at himself. No, I don't. He didn't. But it's not my problem. It's not my responsibility, is it?
Lindsay, you sound like that's so obvious. I know it's not. So don't listen to him. Just try. You keep trying to make sense or trying to defend yourself, and it's not worth it because he's crazy.
Yeah. Okay, I'll let you go. I'm sorry. What was that? Who was that?
I thought there were some nuts. I was going to give us some nuts.
Okay. All right. Are you going to California? Are you going to Los Angeles?
Huh?
Where are you going to California?
No, I'm going home. I'm going to Texas.
Oh, I thought you were going to see your grandkids.
Not until Thanksgiving. Right now, I'm just going back to Houston. I have patients to see.
Okay. Well, please be careful.
Brian, when I could have fallen down, I could have tripped on the stairs.
I know, and it really worries me because you can die. That's serious stuff, Mom.
Especially when you're old.
I know. So be careful, please.
I am. I thought I was being careful when I walked down the stairs and looked at where I was walking instead of looking up. So I needed to be able to look down and look up at the same time.
Well, please don't. Just be.
And I was holding onto the wall so I wouldn't trip. And the border, the stupid overhang, carved overhang, was in the. Anyways, the owner of the house, she recently hit her head on it. I said, why don't you remove this lower level? Just get rid of it. No one's expecting to have to duck when they walk into a room.
Yeah, yeah, well, just be really careful, please, because all right, especially at your house, going up and down those steps, Mom, at that house that you live in.
I'll stop.
Well, I'm warning you. Need to be careful, please.
Okay. I love you.
I love you too.
I'll get the yard.
Okay.
Give yourself 3 or 4 days. Don't answer the phone.
Okay.
It'll help him calm down.
Yeah, because I don't know I think he must have had a bad interaction with a female or something, so it's my fault.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Look at him. What's he doing? Washing dishes in a restaurant in Texas.
When he's got supposedly a master's degree and all this education, exactly.
So
I don't even know.
There are plenty of Mexicans that have good jobs and Texas.
I know there are, and there's plenty of good Mexicans. This is nothing to do with Mexicans. It's just that he's got some issues as well.
Exactly, but I mean, the fact that he doesn't have a big, is what I mean is if he were well educated, like he says, he probably could get a visa.
Yeah, I told him the same thing. I said, if you're so well educated and whatnot, why don't you get a work permit? Why can't you get a work visa? But he's like, no, I can't do that. I'm like, why? You've got so much experience in education. It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, well, teachers, they're desperate for teachers.
He could do a lot of things. He just doesn't. He's stubborn. You know what? I don't even know. But he's blaming. It's all my fault. All that's my fault.
I think he's a liar. He's just
I think he's a liar. I don't even think he is who he says he is. I think he's a total liar.
I do too. Thank God you didn't go.
Thank God I didn't go, and thank God I didn't marry him either.
Oh, I'd die if you had to go through that.
Oh God, that would be horrible. Because talk about wanting to control somebody. That's all he wants. Control. Okay, bye. Sorry, that's part of my YouTube video, but my mother called and I needed to talk to her. She's in Mexico, or right now at the airport, coming back from Mexico, going back to Houston, and apparently she fell down, hit her head, whatever, and my mother and I don't have the best relationship, and we haven't over the years, but as I've gotten older and more experience in my life, I've come to be able to communicate with her more effectively over the phone, etc., even though we don't always have the best, relationship, but she is my mother, so I'm trying my best to be more understanding towards my mother, because I don't have a lot of family. I don't have a big family. My dad passed away years ago, 2003. I have a brother, and I have some cousins and an aunt and an uncle, and that's it. That's it. I don't have a huge. I have some nieces as well in California. My brother's kids, but that's it. So as a targeted individual, a lot of the times we wonder who may be our real friends. Can we trust our family? Things like this. But ultimately, I have to understand that it's almost like, it seems like in my case at least, that even though I've had a lot of problems in the past with certain family, my mother trying to put a guardianship on me and all that stuff that really infuriated me and had me spinning loops with anger and did not, wondering all that why and this, that, and the other. I realized that even though I have to forgive, even though I had a lot of anger towards her and a lot of animosity, I'm able to forgive people, obviously, when it comes to my own family. Because more than anything, I worry about people who I'm close. I worry about something happening to my mother. I worry about something happening to my uncle, who's 75 years old, in Kerrville, who's had a few accidents falling down as well and hitting his head. Things happen to people. The accidents happen, and we never know from one day to the next what can happen. It's horrible when you think about it. And especially when you've lost a person in your family to death, that's a wake-up call. That they're here one day and they may be gone the next, and it's a reality. And the thought of something happening to somebody in my family again really gets me wound up. I get very emotional about it because I've seen it happen enough with my father, with my grandparents, the death, that is to say. And I'm just saying that I get emotional when I hear that somebody had an accident or somebody got hurt. I'm sorry that I'm in the middle of a video talking about this like this, but it's just that I wasn't expecting her to call me back like that because I didn't leave her a message when I called, and then she kind of caught me off guard right when I'm making a YouTube video. But I don't know. I have a very odd background and situation that with my family. Let's just put it that way. With my mother, especially. You know, I've accused her of and said before that she's a narcissist and this, that, and the other, which obviously I don't. I mean, she probably has some of those traits, just like we all kind of do to an extent. But I could never hate my mother. I could never hate anybody in my family, or that I can't. It's impossible for me, no matter what they may have done or in the past, or how they've made me feel. I can't do that. I could never hate them. Never. Even though they may not approve of me, approve of my lifestyle or my past, I don't know. But life is weird. Life is strange. And I don't know. That's it. I guess that's all I'm going to talk about right now, because I think I've kind of made a fool of myself by, sorry.